Howdy and welcome to the 10-Week Bible Study Podcast. I'm your host, Darren Hibbs, and this is day 3 of a special week of interviews that I did at the Christian Product Expo this year. Today I'm sitting down with Donna McCollough. She is the owner of Dove Christian Supply in Dothan, Alabama. For all of you people heading down to Panama City Beach, stop in Dothan and see her on the way. It's right there in the southeast corner of Alabama, on the way to the beach or on your way back from the beach. So stop by and give her a shout out. And anywhere you are in the country, I would love it if you would go into the Christian bookstores near you and say, hey, we would love to see the 10-Week Bible Study series in our local store. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the interview with Donna McCollough. Howdy and welcome to the 10-Week Bible Study Podcast. I'm Darren Hibbs and I'm here at the Christian Product Expo here in Lexington, Kentucky in August of 2022. And I'm sitting down with Donna McCollough, who is a Christian retailer in Dothan, Alabama. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today, Donna. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. A little tired after all the activities of the last 2 days.
It's been exhausting, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
It's been good, but exhausting.
Very exhausting.
Well, tell me about your store. Let's start off. Tell me, where is your store? What's the name of your store? And how long have you been running?
Our store is Dove Christian Supply. We're located in Dothan, Alabama, which people are like, where is that exactly? It's the corner where Georgia, Florida, and Alabama meet. Right there in the corner.
Yeah.
Not really near a lot of anything except the beach. People do travel through Dothan on their way to the beach.
Yeah.
So we get that a lot. We've been in business. My husband's parents started the business in 1982, so we're coming up on our 40th anniversary celebration.
That's amazing. When is the 40th anniversary celebration?
The actual official date, because there's a story, is September the 2nd. My husband, his dad, his birthday's September 2nd. He got married on September 2nd.
Oh, wow.
So what do you think he did when it came time for God to tell him to open a business? He opened on September 2nd. So that's the official, I guess, anniversary day. But we're going to actually have a big celebration toward the end of September where we're going to have like a 3-day customer appreciation, door prizes, all kinds of stuff like that.
That'll
big
be
sales.
awesome.
So we're excited about that.
That's really neat.
You know, they retired actually 2017. So my husband and I took over. We've been working with him for longer than that, obviously, though, to learn the ins and outs of it. But we've kept it open for 5 years, so we're good. Without them coming in to help too much. We still call them for backup on busy times.
Yeah, well, keeping it open for 5 years with COVID in the middle, that's amazing. I've loved talking to retailers this week and just finding out how did they navigate COVID, and everybody that's here survived COVID. I mean, it's really amazing because that was a tough time.
It was very challenging. A lot of uncertainty. You know, I'm like, okay, God, what are you doing? You know, it's like from the time we took over, we had seemed like one challenge after another, just trying to learn some of the things that we didn't learn while we were working for his parents that we've had to learn when we became the owners. You know, I told my mother-in-law, I said, how come you didn't tell me this? And she's like, if I'd have told you, you would have ran.
Yeah.
And some things you just have to figure out on your own. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of mad about that. She's just like, well.
You know, it's like they say you when you're young, you lack experience. And how do you get experience? By making mistakes. You know, so there's only one way forward.
But yeah, I feel like God's taught us a lot over the last, for sure, 5 years.
Yeah.
As we've gone through some different challenges and you know, challenges in our industry as well.
Yeah.
You know, but he's just making us, I think, better business owners, stronger in our faith, you know, learning not to look too far ahead, you know, with all the what ifs, because you can bog yourself down with that. But, you know, taking each day and, you know, seeking wisdom from him on how to manage the business the way he would have us manage it.
Well, let me ask you this, because I love asking people here, because you could have done a lot of different businesses. Most of the people that are doing this, you're entrepreneurial, you're very good at what you do. Why did you choose this? What gets you out of bed in the morning to go into your Christian bookstore?
Okay, well, I don't know that I chose it per se.
It chose you, but...
Well, it kind of chose me because I married into the family that owned the Christian bookstore. But, I mean, and my dad, to this day, sometimes I think he questions whether I'm still using my college degree. But God knows. Because my background is interior design merchandising with a business minor. But that's kind of what I really excel at our store. But, you know, I didn't actually intend to be the business owner because I was working in a different field when we got married. And but shortly after we got married, my husband joined his parents working at the store. And then I came on about a year later because I just had some stressful things going on where I was employed. And it was going to be temporary until I found another job doing my degree. And here I am 30 years later, you know, trying to manage everything. So, but I would say, you know, what keeps me going is knowing that, you know, we provide products to our community that are there to encourage them in their own faith walk. I mean, I don't know, I guess it was a God thing, but over the years, I've become the kind of person that manages a lot of things, but the marketing and the things like that. So I'm like, God, you know, we need a motto or a tagline or something like that. And it's just like what I came up with, and I've just kind of stuck with it, is we're here to encourage faith, inspire change, and share life.
I like that.
And not just our personal lives, because we are local and family owned, but the life that comes from knowing Jesus Christ.
I like that.
As our Savior. So, you know, that's kind of what I just, you know, I haven't had a revelation to come up with anything better, so I just like using that.
I think that's a good one. I think that's a good one. Well, you know, I do a Bible study podcast, produce Bible studies, and so I'm always interested in what retailers' experience is with the Bible and when people come in. And so, like, let me just ask you, what's your most popular Bible that y'all sell in the store?
That's like, there's a very wide range.
Put you on the spot here.
Well, I did look up, like, as far as Bibles per se, what we really sell the most of are like baby New Testaments. People want to start with baby dedications.
That's interesting.
The churches give baby Bibles to parents, you know, to partner with them as they raise their children. They just want something to commemorate the fact that they're bringing them to church. So that's really neat. It's crazy. But
I bought a Bible for my son when he was born.
And we put names on them, so we make it extra special. But I like
that. It's
crazy.
Like, you know, you're marking something in the ground. You're putting a flag in the ground at their birth.
So that's really Bible-wise. Now, this year, I've noticed our top Bible sale that's not New Testaments is a Bible that Tyndale came out with. It's the Filament-enabled Bible.
The what is it?
It's called the Filament-enabled.
Filament, okay.
So what it is, they have developed a Bible app that you can download
I have heard about this.
from on your phone or your tablet. The Bible is just a clean reading experience, just the text. It's available like King James and New Living. But once you sync the app on your phone or your tablet to the Bible, if you're like reading along, you're like, oh, I have a question about the background. You pull out your phone, open the camera, it screenshots the page number, takes you directly to the page where you have access to study notes, devotionals.
That's really cool.
Infographics, all on your phone. So you have a small Bible to carry, but you have access to all that extra information. So that's been our top seller this year.
That's really neat.
And then as far as translations, I mean, King James is still the top seller. Then it's followed by like the NIV, the New Living, and the ESV.
All right, well, let me ask you this. What's your favorite translation? What do you use on a regular basis?
This year.
I like that.
You know,
I like that.
I've got a lot. I mean, I have a stack of, I'm not Bible poor. I have tons of Bibles. This year, I've actually latched on to the New Revised Standard.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's because the format of the one I have is kind of a square size, so it just falls open real easy. But I've been reading out of that, and I've really enjoyed that. But to be honest, I compare translations on my little Bible app. I've got like 5 or 6 that I kind of go and read the different ones.
I love that.
I like comparing and contrasting the different ways they've translated.
You get to be a mini Greek and Hebrew scholar when you do it that way.
And I love that. I love looking up the word meanings, what the original language was. You know, just trying to get the full nuance of the scripture so that I can apply it.
For the 10-week Bible study, I encourage people to read whatever book of the Bible we're going through 10 times in 10 weeks. So every week they're reading, you know, the book of Acts. Every week they're reading the whole book. And so I encourage them, read it in multiple translations. You know, read twice in the NIV, twice in the New King James, twice in the ESV, you know, whatever you do, just read it multiple times and you start to get the nuance of, you know, the challenge it is to translate, you know, ancient Hebrew, ancient Greek into modern English.
Yeah, I mean, that's a discussion we can get into all the time, really, about the different language. I mean, I don't know anybody that reads Greek or Hebrew fluently.
Yeah.
I mean, so we have to depend on those translators to do their job. And there's different, translations for different purposes. Like if I'm just having a hard time or struggling, I want to pick up something that's easy, that I really don't have to, get in depth in the study of the Word to figure out what it's saying. I just need a word from God. And I will say, the first Bible I ever read through was the New Living, because it just met me where I was at that time.
Yeah.
But then the more you read the Bible, I think you want to dig in more, and so it's helpful to compare all the different, translations.
Do you encounter a lot of people that don't know about the different translations, or they don't know that there are different translations?
So I guess in a way we do kind of. I mean, a lot of people just come in, they want what the pastor uses or what somebody's recommended.
Okay.
And they're not really, a lot of people do come in, they're not really sure what they need or what they want. And so we just try to help guide them to, something that they can read and understand, or if they're buying it for somebody else, what that person, can read or understand. Because, if you can't read or understand one particular translation, it's not really going to help you a whole lot, because you're just going to be more confused, and it's just going to be too hard. We're quick to give up things that are difficult. Yeah. So we want to help, them find something that is good for them to read and understand the Bible, so they develop a love for that. And the more you read, the more you want to read. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. So I love that. I love, and I want to encourage all of my listeners to go visit your local Christian store. If you're anywhere near Dothan, Alabama, please come in and visit.
Yeah, we would love
Donna.
to have them visit.
Come say hi. Tell them I sent you. But go in and just browse the different Bibles. And I love the idea of there being someone. We live in this digital age. Everyone wants to get everything online, but being able to go in and meet with someone personally and have someone walk you through the Bibles that you have to offer and things like that. I think that's so cool. What's the favorite thing? It doesn't have to be Bible, anything. What's the favorite thing that you sell in your store?
I like the Bible,
putting
obviously.
you on the spot again, yes?
Yeah, I like the Bible. Based on what I order for the store, my husband would say I like bags to carry my Bibles and books, and my journals. I love blank journals where I can either write my prayers out, my study notes,
that's
quotes.
Powerful.
There's something about and I have lots of blank journals because they're just so pretty on the outside. But and I buy lots of journals, and I start writing, and I'll set it down, and I'll pick up. It's like fun sometimes when I pick up. Oh, I haven't written in this journal for a while. Let me go back and read what I wrote. And it's just, you see how far you've come.
It's fun seeing those little nuggets,
because I got to have all my bags, because I'm a bag lady, and then my journals, and then my Bibles.
Awesome.
Got stacked this high by the bed.
I love it. I love it. Well, Donna, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. Please tell everybody how they can find you on the internet in real life. Tell us all of the things where they can find you.
Well, we're located in Dothan, Alabama, on the Ross Clark Circle. You can Google us, actually. We're on Google. Our website is www.dovechristiansupply.com. We're also on Facebook, Dove Christian Supply. And we're on Instagram at Dove Christian.
All right.
So we're delving into TikTok, but I don't know about that. I'm still figuring that one out, so we'll see. But we're on all those social media channels.
I posted one thing on TikTok so far. I'm not sure about it yet.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'll have all of that posted in the show notes in the description, so that anyone listening, watching can find all of that information.
I appreciate it.
Donna, thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
Appreciate it.
All right, you have a good one.
You too.
Hey, thanks for watching the 10-Week Bible Study. If you've enjoyed this, would you consider doing that whole like and subscribe and bell thing you're always hearing people talk about? It really helps other people find out about the show, and my heart is for people to fall in love with God's Word. Thank you.